example. So just to talk a little bit about the management of the device itself, everything is done through the companion app that we'll be offering in both iOS and Android. So for example, the family list is basically preset contacts that you, the parent, will be entering into your child's dokiWatch. So your child is only able to call those contacts that you preset, and only those contacts are able to dial into the child's dokiWatch. No other phone numbers will be able to come into the device, and your child won't be able to call any other numbers besides those numbers that you've already authenticated and preset. But at the same time, we don't want this device to just be a tracking device for parents. We want it to be a device where kids can have fun and also would want to wear themselves. Because the last thing you want is your child wears it and he takes it off after 2 or 3 days and he doesn't like it anymore. But what we have here is a great device because it's running on the Android platform. So the whole interface, as you can see here, it's a whole smart interface where it's just tap and swipe. So so it's a very easy and intuitive interface. At the same time, it's cool, it's functional, and kids will love it. Because I'm sure kids these days, they've seen so many new technologies out there, especially with kids 6 to 11 years old. I'm sure they'll be using their parents' iPhones or iPads, playing around with games. So we believe that we have a product here where kids would absolutely love. The other thing that kids will love is the friends list. So basically what this is that if both children have a dokiWatch, they'll be able to pair their dokiWatches together. Once they pair the dokiWatches through Bluetooth recognition, they'll essentially be able to talk to each other through voice messaging. So it's almost like a walkie-talkie amongst their friends. It's a fun way to keep in touch.
All right. The first question that comes up with that is, I know parents will get a notification when they've added friends. Now, the actual communication they're having with each other, is that monitored?
That will be monitored. I think privacy amongst kids is something that we should.
It's a fine line.
Fine line. So we should still consider that, and so we didn't open up the access to parents to be able to hear or listen in on their kids' conversations with their friends. So we're not doing that. But parents will be able to remotely deactivate the dokiWatch through their companion app. So say for example, the child is at school or he's sleeping. You don't want the dokiWatch to be a distraction. All you have to do is set a time alert on the dokiWatch, and basically it will shut off the device from for example 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's when he's in school, and from 3 p.m. onwards it will automatically reactivate. So to that point, when the watch is on sleep mode, basically all the GPS will still work. So you'll still be able to track your kids, and the SOS button still works. So if your kids are really in danger and distress, he presses the SOS button, it will still send a notification. But the only thing that will not work is that he won't be able to navigate through the watch itself. He'll only be able to see a watch face. So essentially it will become a normal watch with a GPS tracker and a SOS button on the side. But after it reactivates, it will have all the functions available again to the kids. The other great thing is that we have a lot of features. But one great thing about the dokiWatch is that we have something called a Doki Pet. And a Doki Pet is essentially almost like a Tamagotchi, but it's a Tamagotchi combined with a fitness tracker. So we've gamified fitness tracking. That's what we've done. Because we understand that kids, they don't, how many steps they've taken, how many calories they burn, doesn't really matter to them as much. But we've made it a fun game so that we still promote and encourage kids to stay healthy and be more active, And so kids can also earn different badges for all those achievements in terms of how many steps they take and how many calories they burn, and collect those badges, as a fun way to even show off to friends, for example. So it really promotes, it helps kids to be more healthy and more active, because obesity is definitely still an issue amongst kids in this country and worldwide even. So so we think that we have a healthy sort of balance here where we've considered what parents want, but also what kids will like as well. And I think this is the most complete device for kids out in the market right now.
Great. All right, that is the dokiWatch. And where can we get more information about it?
So we've actually just launched on Kickstarter 3 days ago. We launched our Kickstarter 3 days ago, and we've already exceeded our funding goal. But it will be available to all backers and all customers in May. So we'll be shipping our first batch of shipments of dokiWatches in May.